Welcome, my name is Melissa Burka, and I'll be taking you through a yin yoga practice today. If you have props, blocks, bolsters, they may come in handy throughout your practice. So we'll get started today in puppy pose or melting heart pose, walking the knees back. Now, option here to keep two blocks at the top of the mat and your hands resting on top. Otherwise, you can just have your hands on the mat and begin to drop your heart down. We want to think about keeping the hips over the knees here. And as you sink your heart down, breathe into your back, breathe into the shoulders. Just start to let go here. This is a very big heart opener to begin the practice. So if there's any fine-tuning adjustments you need to make, go ahead and make them. Doing your best again to keep the hips right above your knees. In yin yoga, we may work through layers of sensations. So at first, it might feel really uncomfortable to get into the pose. And then after a little bit of time, we start to soften into it and start to release, working through our deeper layers of tissues. If your body's telling you one thing, just try to sit with it a little bit longer, see if it shifts. Simply observe. Keep letting your heart and shoulders melt down towards the mat while lifting your tailbone up towards the sky. And staying here a little bit longer here. Think about taking 3 more deep breaths. We're going to start to move into our next pose. Press into the palms of the hands just to reset. If you have your blocks on the mat, just move them off to the side. And we're going to sit the hips back towards the heels, move into child's pose. Walk the arms forward. It's creating this rebounding action in the hips and the shoulders. Breathe deeply. Melt down towards the ground as you exhale. Good. Come into a twist from here, taking the right hand, threading it underneath the left. And you're going to try and reach that right hand as far out to the side as you can. Now, option, you can stay here if this feels nice, or we can work towards stacking the hands, pressing the hands into the floor, and pulling your shoulders back behind you, creating this rounding sensation where you'll feel a really nice stretch in your rhomboid, in between the shoulder blades. Take a deep breath in here, fill into the back side of the body, and relax the shoulder away from your ear as you exhale. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale fully. Exhale. 1 more. Gently unwinding from the twist and coming back through to center. We'll thread the left arm underneath the right, sliding into that twist. Again, stay here or overlap the hands, press down firmly. Then pull your shoulder blades back behind you. take one more breath here to finish the posture. And slowly unwind. We're gonna make our way onto our bellies next. So coming down, setting up for Sphinx pose. Elbows will be directly underneath the shoulders. Bring your feet about hip distance wide, untuck the toes. Pressing down firmly through your elbows and lift the chest. Imagine drawing your elbows back as you push your heart forward. Keep trying to reach up and out of your chest, creating length through your spine. And if it feels good for you, close the eyes, settle into the space, settle into this back bend. In Yin Yoga, we are holding these postures to not stretch the muscles necessarily, but to work into our ligaments and our tendons and bones. While it can be somewhat uncomfortable to hold the postures for a long time, it can be incredibly beneficial to our bodies. Not only physically, but mentally as well. Just being able to push through that challenge and overcome it. Get on the other side and know that you were able to do it. You were able to push through. It's a good feeling. It allows you to strive to accomplish more, to work towards more challenges. An option here, if this is feeling good, you want to stay here. Stay in Sphinx pose. If you'd like to go a little bit further into this back bend, we're going to press into the palms of the hands, lift the elbows off the mat, come into seal. Arms are extended, and you want to think about pushing your pelvis forward to the top of the mat. Shoulders move down your back. Staying here just a little bit longer. 3 to 5 more breaths. As you come down, we'll slowly move into our crocodile pose. Nice rebounding pose to come out of Sphinx or seal. Resting the forehead onto the back of your hands. Allow the shoulders to get heavy here and just simply relax. Next, we're going to be moving into a stretch for our pec and shoulder. So I'm going to take my right arm out to the side on the floor. And you can either have it straight out or bending at the elbow. And keep it in line with the shoulder. Roll that right shoulder back and then roll onto your right side. Now this top leg, left leg, you can bend it, use it as a kickstand. Left hand is supporting you and kind of giving you that guidance if you want to get a little bit more intensely, keep pushing yourself. Make any minor tweaks, changes, fine-tuning adjustments to really explore that stretch into the pec or the chest muscle and the front of your shoulder, anterior delt. If you find that this one gets a little tingly or numb, bend through that elbow, creating that 90-degree. That just makes it a little bit less nervy. Inhale fully all the way up into the collarbones. Feel the expansion of the breath move into that stretch. Roll over slowly onto our belly. Taking a moment here. And then we'll guide ourselves over to the other side. So again, arms straight out in line with the shoulder, or you can bend it 90 degrees. Roll over onto your side. Make sure that this shoulder isn't rolling forward. Keep it pulled back to open up the pec. Using that top leg as your kickstand. Make any fine-tuning adjustments to get into that pec and front of the shoulder. Taking 2 more breaths here, breathing deeply all the way up into the collarbone. Moving back onto your belly, crocodile again, rest the forehead on the back of the hands. Just simply relax into this. Letting go of any residual tension. Take a deep breath, fill the backside of the body. Let that go. From here, we'll slide the left knee up in line with the hip, coming into half frog. So right leg is straight, left knee bent 90 degrees. And then you can turn your head if that feels okay on the neck, turning towards the right. Really allow the hips to settle and sink down towards your mat. Breathe deeply into the hips. Gently coming out on this side. Just slowly slide that left leg back to meet the right. And gently bring the right leg out 90 degrees. Settle into those hips. Maybe turning the cheek onto the right side. Turning to the left. Take about 2 breaths here. Breathe and fill your low back with air. As you exhale, get really heavy into those hips. Gently bring your head back through to center and slide that right leg back down. Press your hands underneath your shoulders to push yourself up onto hands and knees. From here, let's step the right foot forward, outside of the right hand, setting up for lizard pose. Walking the left knee as far back as you can, and keeping that right knee stacked over your ankle. Great option to have a block here. You want a little bit of, you can go high up here, or maybe down onto the elbows. Maybe you can come all the way down onto the floor without a prop. And we'll stay here for a few minutes, just settling into the hips. Gentle reminder that whatever comes up, sensation is sensation. It is temporary. It will not last. It is just here to be a brief moment, maybe to teach us something, and then it disappears. Inhale. Exhale, relax the shoulders away from your ears. Soften into your belly. And keep pressing that left hip down. Gently coming out of the pose, press up onto your hands. Let's just slide that right knee back to meet the left. Sit back into a kneeling pose, thunderbolt. Just allowing the hips to settle for a moment. Good. Let's move into the other side. So this time, left foot stepping forward. Begin to walk that right knee as far back as it'll go. And then be mindful What does this side want? Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to look exactly like the other side. So be cautious of where your body wants to be right now. How does it feel to be upright? How does it feel to come down to a block? How does it feel maybe to come down to the floor? Hug that left knee in towards your shoulder. Give it a little bit of pressure. Press down firmly through your left heel. Slight engagement of the glutes. Keep sinking your hips down towards the mat. Full breath in. Exhale, relax the shoulders down. Take about 3 more breaths here. Press up onto the hands. Walk your left knee back to meet the right. Sit back onto your heels. Close the eyes. Take 2 breaths here. Let's come to take a seat into butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together. Grab a hold of the feet just as if you were holding a book. Pull the shoulders back, open up the heart. Inhale, find length within the spine, and exhale, hinge forward. Maybe it might feel good to walk the hands forward. Maybe it'll feel good to tuck the chin down towards the chest. Gently coming up, begin to stack the spine. And we're going to close the practice with a rebound action into a reclined butterfly. Gently make your way onto your back. Keep the soles of the feet together, knees open to the side. Place your hands on your belly and just take 3 deep breaths here. Breathe, expand into your hands. And exhale it out the mouth. 2 more. Full breath in. Exhale it out. Last one. Biggest inhale you can take. Expand the belly, rib cage, chest. And as you exhale, let it all go and let your body completely melt down towards the mat. Settle and soften here as we finish off the practice. We'll finish off with a tempo breath, inhaling for a count of 5, holding, retaining the breath for 3, and exhaling for a count of 6. Let's take a cleansing breath, breathing in through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retain the breath for 3, 2, 1. And exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retain the breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Full breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you'd like to take a longer Shavasana here, please hit pause on that video and continue your practice. It has been my honor to guide you through your Yin Yoga practice today. The light in me honors and sees the light within you. Namaste. Thank you for joining in.